Hi Jesper. Uh, Second day of Money 2020 Europe. How is it going?
Quite well. I think there's a good interest, a lot of people, and a lot of exciting things happening.
And this one, what you just took me through, how's this been for people roaming around and claiming to be on the cutting edge of innovation? How has it been received?
It's surprising that people get surprised by it. I think we've seen it a number of times on YouTube and all this stuff, what the guys are doing in China. But I think for people to experience it in real life, to doing payment with their face, it's something different. And that's what we've seen when we've been out testing in real life as well. One thing is what you believe, what you imagine when you see it in the movies on YouTube and stuff, but trying it out in real life is something different. Why it's so important to actually go out and do this.
Yeah. So just for those who are not here, it's a quick look at the checkout with facial recognition. And first also a bit about yourself and Nets so that we have the context.
Yeah. So my name is Jesper Poulsen. I'm heading Innovation Lab, which is an initiative we have in Nets to say, well, how do we make sure that we stay in front of all the things that are happening right now in the payment industry? So I think we all can acknowledge that this is a market where things are changing and changing really rapidly. And as a payment provider with 25 years in the history books, we kind of have a lot of solutions out there already. We know a lot of this, but you also have a tendency to focus on what we know already. And of course we need to make sure that we can handle the incumbents coming in and the technology changing and all this stuff. So that's really important, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to go out and do research to figure out what is happening and how can we take that and bring it back to the office. So that we take advantage of that, so that our people there know what is happening, but also try it out. Like we see here, we want to try it to see how it feels because it is different.
Got it. So if you look at now, if you want to stay on the cutting edge, so to speak, in Europe, in the European payment sector, what are the 2-3 things you're seeing in the market evolving in the next 1 to 3 years, which are probably your focus areas?
I think what first thing is that there is a lot of focus on the new technologies. Everybody's saying blockchain, everybody's saying AI, and they are extremely important technologies, clearly. I think it's extremely important that you look at it holistically. And that's actually what we're trying to do in the innovation team, is to say, let's look at it from a consumer angle, because there's a lot of things happening in the way people think, the way people act, the way people behave. And then you have the technology coming in and actually facilitating that. One good example of that is people's tendency for things to happen right now. It's about things people are not used to waiting anymore. And especially if you look at the young generation, and I would argue that us older are actually adopting that quite fast as well. So we need to make sure that when we do products, when we do solutions out there, that we facilitate that we make sure that we accommodate the need for that. So a checkout flow like this, how can we make it as easy as possible so queues get eliminated, so the payment is not an obstacle in how you actually do checkout? And I think that's the key thing in this. So the 3 things you talked about, I think speed is one of them. It's about it being seamless. So payment needs to be seamless, needs to be invisible. Personalization. So I think there is a huge need for people, or a desire from people, to actually get personalized advice, get personalized services. That in some way contradicts to the whole discussion about privacy and people getting data locked and all this stuff. But all the studies that we have made and all the trials that we've done, as long as people get an advantage of it and they actually are getting served by someone they trust, they would be more than happy to give away the data to help themselves. And I think this is 2 things that are extremely important, where I think technology comes and actually facilitates, AI, for instance, being an obvious thing that is very important to make this happen.
Got it. So the lab or the innovation initiative that you have, is it mainly done internally? Do you have partnerships with startups? What do you look for?
This is very much a partnership effort. So we have a team, we have created a team of the needed competences. So kind of 3 competence type. The people that understand users, so the user researchers, the designers. We have the technology people, the developers that can do things.
Okay.
And then we have the business people that understand the market, that knows what is the potential. So we can embrace everything to actually make a true innovation, but we don't know everything. And for that, we really want to partner. So we actually have a saying that we never go out and do a pilot or anything like that without a partner. A partner that is maybe a domain expert. So maybe we go look for a solution in the restaurant industry. We're not expert in restaurants, so of course we'll partner up with someone that is the expert in the restaurant industry. The same for when we're doing facial recognition. Of course, we are not experts in doing facial recognition. There are companies out there that are much better at that are specialized in doing that. So of course we partner up with them. So for us, and actually one of the main reasons that we're here at Money 2020 is to meet other people, to meet other companies that we can partner up with and make really exciting solutions going forward.
Awesome. So just a bit about, so as I said, I haven't had interactions with Nets for the last few years. A bit about what you've been up to, what's planned for the next 1 to 3 years.
Yeah. So Nets is a Nordic payment company, or has been a Nordic payment company. We are, of course, mainly focusing on Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and Finland. But are right now going into a different mode where we are trying to expand into Europe. So we're recently merged with Concardis in Germany and the whole DACH region. The same also with a few companies in Poland. And I think we can say that the journey will continue over the past years, the next years, not the past years, to actually become bigger. We know that scale is important. We know it's important to have these solutions that can go across the borders, and we'll continue going that road.
Awesome. Jesper, thank you so much for the short interview. Pleasure having you over.
Thank you very much. Thank
Have
you
a great event.
Thank you very much.